to you about something that I wanted to talk to you about while I was getting things all in place and whatnot. And that was, hi, welcome to the stream. Good evening. I hope you're doing well. And also, happy Pokemon Day. We're not playing Pokemon today, though. We're playing Heaven Will Be Mine. But I was thinking about it on the way to work this morning about what Pokemon all of our intrepid pilots would have, and I thought I should get your input on it. If I could just please load. Anyway, I was thinking that Saturn needs to have something poison type given the string of pearls. And I feel like her personality suits the sneakiness. I mean, also the string of pearls sneakiness suits dark type well. So I was thinking maybe like a Croagunk. My game audio isn't turning on. Hang on. Are my headphones on? That would probably do it. Turn on, damn you! Hey, buddy. They aren't turning on. What did I do to displease you, headphones? I have a stream to be running. I was thinking that Pluto would need something strong, something big and heavy, with a lot of weight. And given Pluto's colors, it's sort of black and red, I was thinking that Mudsdale. Wait. Yeah, Mudsdale would be a fitting choice. But I also feel like something psychic would work. There we go, finally! Jeez Louise. Could suit her. It would also probably suit, Saturn, something psychic, given their narrative abilities. And as far as Lunaterra, I think it feels very clearly that it should be the sniper lizard. That's Sobble's final evolution, but I can't remember its name. The one after Drizzile. But I also think that because the Mari Chrysium is manually operated, as opposed to the others which are all automated, I feel something like a hands-on would suit her. I mean, hands-on attack's definitely more physical than special. But maybe like a fighting type or something. Anyway, that's my thoughts. I thought we could ponder that. We could do that later too, though. Because I'm all about getting through this Pluto route. Also, for the record, Neptune totally has a big old muck. I don't know what Venus would have. Pokemon, is there a Pokemon with a lot of eyes? Or a Pokemon that's really shiny? Nothing but shiny Pokemon. Oh, that's right! I'm sorry! I have to turn the game back on. I have to transition the screen. Sorry, I forgot to do that. That would be a helpful thing to do. Thank you for reminding me that I had not done that. Where'd it go? There we go. See it now? Jupiter, I mean, Machamp has a lot of hands, but I don't think Machamp suits her aesthetic. My first thought was like herdier. Just a big dog. Is this the right one? Pluto? Yes, yes, yes. It's time to move to the future, peacefully or painfully. No factions, no dreams. Just two girls lost and entwined in the warm summer of the moon's day. Womp. Have we read this one yet? I can't remember. Mars, you were right. I am too strong. I'm afraid. I'm getting bigger and bigger, stronger and stronger. But there's still so much to do, and I don't know how to do any of it. What if I make a mistake? What if I'm too strong? Is the universe going to be okay? Pluto! No! Pluto! Never, no way. That's impossible. I never meant it like that. I messed up again. Probably going to mess up yet again saying this, but you're not that strong, Pluto. No one's that strong. You know that even you aren't as strong as the Earth, right? You're not even any stronger than anyone on Earth, even in Kryn Macula. Macula. Damn it. I almost got it. Macula, like Dracula. You were the one who told me to stop getting a big head about my ship self. I wonder what your ship self was called, Mars. Like, if I fell to Earth, it'd crumple under Earth's gravity. Any given human is a million times stronger than that. Space just doesn't have any competition. So you're not strong. You're just stronger than a bunch of idiots. I love you, Mars. I keep telling other people that, but I never listen to myself. I can only hear it when you say it. You know, that sometimes applies to your love advice, too. Hey! I'm the one who gets to bully you about that. Take your advice then sometimes. I'll listen to myself when you do. Then you better get ready. You're not going to be ahead of me forever. Wait, am I a rival now? Finally! I'll defeat you! Lol. Thanks, Mars. We saved each other again. Mars would have, I don't know, like a scraggy, reliable, but will also pick a fight with anyone. Ship self. Just one new thing today. Pilot program training documentation leaked. Memorial Foundation Homeworld Archives. Mari Chrysium, the first true ship self, was made in 1969, named after her place of manufacture on then Luna, now Moon. They were made as prototypes, not to be mass-produced. Aesthetic considerations. A neutral, idealized body representing all of humanity. They loved bullshit like that. Not the first vessel with a gravitational engine, only the first built to use the engine to exert outwards gravitational control. The ship self creates the pressure and culture lowercase for a human to survive alone with the presence of others, without the presence of others. It's an unsustainable attempt to make a human function as a world. To make it sustainable, we have to become world-sized in body, thought, and soul. encompass every self that has been, or will be, or could be. Its original armaments were extremely varied, since they were a proof of concept, and it wasn't understood yet what form the existential threat would be, and what sort of weapons would be needed against it. The tidal reactor can externalize, but it doesn't have any interior mechanisms for this, so it needs an equipment loadout, and even though the raw force is still unmatched by any mass-produced unit, it wasn't built with an effective way of using it. The original pilots had to bend, slowly, the default forms of their ship selves into new shapes, and refit the ceremonial and theoretical weapons into ones suited for the existential threat, and eventually, each other. In time, the shape conforms to the human inside. This in part confirms that specific theory. The human part isn't the ear, but the hole in the lobes for your earrings. Lipstick is real, lips are not, and we see humanity defined in its gravitational output. Humans aren't the ear, they're the hole in the lobes for your earrings. Whoa. Let's go. What are you doing here, Pluto? There's no mission. Oh, there's no mission? Are you going out? Just for a little while. Did you want to stop me? No, I'm getting a little better at not worrying about you. Even though you are? I'm trying, okay? Such a good face. Nyx is worried, isn't she? If you want to slip out for a minute, she'll be mad. I know. Especially if it's to see Luna Terra. I keep not being her perfect girl. She always thought Luna Terra was a bad influence. She's not wrong. I just want to try one more time. To bring her back? What if she takes you instead? Maybe that could happen too. Don't say that. I wouldn't mind. Maybe I don't want to be the one to lead anymore. Mars, why is everyone so obsessed with me? That's true. People do get all bent out of shape about Pluto, don't they? Nobody cared until you took it away its name, and now everyone cares. Why does everyone want to save me? Why isn't anyone strong enough to actually do it? Why do they think I'm strong enough to pull them up instead? I'm nobody. You don't have to be strong. That's a lie. Of course I have to be strong. Who else is going to pull me up? Even you don't know how. I don't have any talent. I don't have any skill. I just never said no. I can't. It's too much. I don't know how. I just could never say the words. So I just kept doing it, even though... Hey! It's okay. It's not. Okay. It's not okay. It hurts. It's bad. You suck at making me feel better. Excuse me? I love you. Me too. Come on, go. Make up and forgive. Fight until we love each other. outcome favors Cradle's graces. Ooh. On the far side of the moon, there's still some part of the dead, empty, cratered Luna left. As the terraforming engines sweep in, they turn Earth's satellite to another part of Earth. Until that time comes, this place is free of Earth's pull. A place still perfect for a quiet moment to happen, in an empty clearing surrounded by weight and life. It's a perfect place for them to fight like ships do. The fighting that ships do, not the fighting that people do. In the naked sunlight and nothing else, Pluto looks so beautiful, spinning tiny galaxies with chrome macula, the way she always meant to. Of all the prototypes she piloted over the years, none suited her like this, from the awkward and embarrassing creature she used to be to the woman who promised Earth there could be a new type of human. No longer the priceless tool of selfish adults, the pawn of space's dreamers, the princess who can remake her body out of tidal forces and stardust. She's just Pluto. In the naked sunlight and nothing else, even in this worn and wounded ship, Luna Terra shines like she always has, even with the hurt she has. One way or another, someday or another, every girl bleeds. And her Mari Crazium suffers alongside her. The drip of her wound spins like a red constellation in zero-G. She's rusted, but some parts of her will never rust. The two of them have fought so much. So this shouldn't be a fight. With nothing and no one else to think about, there's no reason to fight. In the naked sunlight, for once, don't fight. Instead of fighting like people do, fight like ships do. Fight like plastic toys do. Fight like you don't have a body. Like you don't hate your body. Fight your way into a new body. Fight like we used to, without trying to win. Fight like we did a long time ago, when they were training us to fight, and all we wanted to do was play. Fight like we did when we didn't have any other way of touching each other. When all we had were lasers and light, tides and time, to say what we wanted to say to each other. I'm not gonna go easy. You better not. Since we're not fighting, I really don't want you to hold back. Luna Terra knows a thing or two about fighting in space. Luna Terra wrote the book. It's a kind of predictable story. So Luna Terra makes sure her enemies get sunk. You know this trick, don't you? You've seen Luna Terra pull it so many times. Fire off something to test the waters. Lead the target until they walk right into the shot. You can play that game forever until they make the first move. Don't let them make that move until you know they won't be expecting what you do next. What you do next can be anything. As long as it's what they're not going to see coming. After you do it, disengage, like passing a secret. You know this one really well. The message in a bottle, slipped between bullets of hard light. She was the person who taught you how to blow a kiss. But Pluto is the one who learned how to make out. They're really good! Our ship's so big, it makes Luna Terra look like a toy. But Pluto is even bigger than that. You have to measure in density, not mass. Then you'll understand. Pluto is the center. Luna Terra revolves around Pluto. Like she always has. Luna Terra is too close when she tries to pull back from Pluto, and too far when she's trying to close in. She's on a leash that extends through space-time however Pluto wants. Lunaterra's gravity is the tug that makes the tides go in and out. Pluto's gravity is strong enough to turn Lunaterra into a new shape. Lunaterra didn't invent this, but she loves to struggle through it. She loves to see what she can do, how close she can come. And she comes in so fast. Does so well, but goes so far. Or goes too far. When Pluto isn't expecting. It's too fast. Way too fast. Pluto's more off guard than Lunaterra expects. Lunaterra's moon of a spear crescents right into Pluto's chest. Lunaterra wants to scream, but she doesn't say anything. It feels deep enough to be scary, and Lunaterra only meant to nick her. What's wrong? We were having so much fun, and you look so scared. Why didn't you block it? Luna, I'm fine. See? You can't hurt me that easy. You're not that strong. I'll always be alright. Ooh, this is our first shot, real decent shot of, Mari Chrysium. Like, full body. We've seen bits of it whenever, Saturn was fighting with her. Pluto plucks Lunaterra off by the forearm. Gently, with 2 fingers. Like detaching a kitten. Or a bug. Sorry to scare you like that. But you lied. You said you weren't going to hold back. Pluto can seize Lunaterra by both wrists. Oh yeah, it does kind of look like a shield dog. Which one is that? I can't. Hang on, I'm Googling it. I have no idea how the hell to pronounce either of those. Sword dog and shield dog. More like sword dog, I suppose, because it's got the yellow and the red. I forget that the shield dog is more red than blue. It kind of looks like a the shape of it reminds me of like Dialga and Palkia. It's sort of weird, squarish shape. And she does that. And Lunaterra is quite awestruck by how safe and helpless she feels. The gravity pulling at her from Pluto is gentle but firm. Fighting ship to ship is the only time Lunaterra doesn't feel naked, but now she finally feels naked there, too. It's not so bad, though. Sometimes you have to let an animal bite you before it can feel safe. I thought it said before you could feel safe. Sometimes you gotta let it bite you before you feel safe. Wait. That's a thing you said once. See? I'm learning. I've learned so much. When I said that, I was talking about Mars. And you're just like her. Are you really okay? I really didn't mean to scare you like that. But Luna T, you're always overestimating how capable you are of hurting me. It's fine. I was the one who was dumb. I thought I could scare you, and you were way too smart for it. You did that on purpose, though? You really are amazing. Scary, right? Just like you said. You could be like that too, though. There's still stuff you could learn from me. Want to be the one to teach me, then? I'd love to! Here, I'm holding you. Can you feel this? I'm trying. You don't have to try. It shouldn't feel like you're trying. It's either easy or it's nothing. You know, it's harder for me to take it easy than try hard. That's why you're so amazing. I'm so lazy, I never want to work ever. I'm always looking for the easiest way to do things. That's not true. It is. Then why are you so good at everything? I'm not. You are. I'm not, but I can't make you see it, no matter how hard I try. I guess I should give up on trying to make you dislike me. Sorry you can't win against me. You really are such a sore winner. Now I know how Mars feels. She's right. I'm totally insufferable. I'm glad at least someone knows. Oh, please be sure. I noticed too. Pluto, you're so sassy. Excuse me, of course. But you don't care. Of course I care. I love you. Can you feel it now? I really didn't think I would, but I do. Tell me what it feels like. It feels like you're holding me. What's it like when I hold you? I don't know. Am I imagining it? But I can't be. It still feels like metal. I didn't think it would. But it also feels tender. Exactly like it would if you held me on Earth. This is why I'm not as strong as you. If I really thought we were never going to get the chance to touch, I don't know how I could stand it. Why are you holding me so tight? I'm feeling smug. Now look, who's the one caught now? I guess I lose. You totally lose. Don't tell anyone. Are you kidding? I'm going to brag about this for the rest of my life. What up, Dr. Nix? We did it. You did it. I can't believe it. Pluto, you're there, right? Pluto, can you turn on the monitor? Not right now. Hi, Dr. Nix. What can I do for you now? More powerful than I ever imagined. And I was never optimistic. But you made me more optimistic than I could have ever imagined. That alone has me believing truly it was worth it. And yet I've never heard you say it. Have you? I have fought so hard every day for it. Of course it's worth it. But you don't say or express a certain kind of joy in it. Have you noticed that? But it's supposed to be joyful, isn't it? I'm proud. I'm holding everything, even though it's very, very hard. My heart and soul is in it. Isn't that obvious? What's wrong now? No, but not like that. It was supposed to be a joy. You're feeling guilty again, aren't you? I told you, there's no need for that. It's not helping, and I don't need it. Instead, I just have to reassure you all over again. That's more work for me. Let me just rest instead. Then I'd be happy. No, it matters. Don't you understand? There can't be a sacrifice, one for the other. Happiness for everyone, and no one left behind. It's supposed to be no one, not even you. You're the one who taught me everything. Maybe you should have taught me what that was supposed to feel like. Damn! The Cradle's Grace's fleet is small and weak, and they're desperate. With the dream of space dying, there's no time left, no chances left. The decision has already been made. Humans don't need space. It's one thing to go home, another to leave forever. Both of those are just up to those of us in space. Neither of those require the strength to pull humanity from its cradle. That's a strength that no one has, that no one should even pretend they have the strength for it. Oh, and no one should even pretend they have the strength for it. With all of Cradle's Grace's hopes and dreams, Pluto will still try. The pilots bow out as the conclusion of the conflict becomes evident. No, it is now truly a war, because the autonomous military units have been arrayed against her for her transgression. This is no longer a fight between humans of space, but a war with the Earth. The autonomous units ready their weapons, and in unison, they fire to kill. As if. Their trajectories bend away from her, though. Blushing at the sight of her, they refuse to meet her gaze. As expected. Her macula will convert the gravity well directly into the space and time and culture necessary for the future, and they will steal that future from her piece by piece by piece. This is unexpected, but not unprepared for. So, Wave 2. Wave 3. Wave 4. Wave 10. Wave 36. Wave 150. Wave 460. Wave 1000. Wave 4569. They know she's not invincible. They know her real truth, that no one who loves her can see. They have the patience and power to take it apart piece by piece. Sorry. They will strip her down, atom by atom if they have to, until she loses mass and gravity, becomes only a girl again. Pluto wouldn't mind if they were trying to kill her. But they have a much more important thing to kill. Cradle's Grace's future. The future of humanity as we know it depends on it. For that, they'll annihilate hers without hate, with only human efficiency and uncomplicated thoughts in mind. Join us or leave us. Only through an autonomous proxy can Earth give up on the inexhaustible empathy of the human soul. Only through a proxy can Earth divorce itself from the longing that Memorial Foundation had fought on behalf of, to value their own life above all else. They will do anything, everything to protect themselves from death, especially at their own hands. Her ship selves can only change others and never kill. But that is the fear of Earth above all else. The flawed, pathetic conscience of humanity, playing catch-up to its own mistakes, doing more harm than good. So heavy, even Pluto can't bear it. How could she not respond to their pathetic, self-deceptive, self-destructive feelings? How could she say no when they need her so much? She can't. Acceleration tearing through space-time, crashing through the autonomous units at impossible speeds. Solid light, white and gold, bent and bleeding lance. Lunaterra understands. Over many years, after much training and teaching, with dynamic technology, how to speak the word no. And her spear can write it. Gosh, I love these team-ups! Yeah! That we get to see at the end bits. And it does. Sorry. Wait, I say team-ups, but she's saying sorry, so I'm like, is she acting, well, I guess she is technically still on the force that's opposing Pluto, so yeah, there might be enemies here. You really should be. You really don't have mercy. You really need to learn how to hold other people's feelings. I'm sorry for not knowing a better way to do it. But I'm not sorry for doing it. Smug. I don't care how they feel. I just care about you. Okay, cool. It is a team-up. Betrayal! The autonomous units fall into disarray. They don't know how to match her speed. Lunaterra rejects their attempts to comprehend her. You're the worst! What am I going to do with you? I didn't even want you to do that. Sorry, I did what I wanted to. You do the same for me. Even in my foolish future. If they could pull on her empathy for Earth, they can also tug her desire to be free. And celestial mechanics has so many ways. This one is called Eversion Impulse. Aeopidus despises fighting. You cannot comprehend the true form of Space Lepidin's attacks. He never wanted to develop the ship cells. He would prefer a simpler and less vulgar solution that didn't require bodies at all, of any kind. The Eversion Impulse is what we were leading towards in Saturn's route. He's the first betrayer of celestial mechanics' dream for a new kind of body. But he understood it, because everyone can understand the dream to leave these bodies. And that was the name he gave to the instinct that drives humans to abandon what is for what could be. The inside-out impulse. There's still time for his masterwork. Pluto can be the linchpin if she's pushed far enough, and the gravity well's Schwarzschild radius expands to the point at which she cannot escape. Past the limit at which point humans can no longer exchange information. Past the limit by which it becomes impossible to regard each other as human. Aeopidus loves win-win scenarios. Shut up, Lapras! Humanity's discarded children will be free from their obligations to be human. Humanity will have a physical, unified enemy to chase through their pursuit of space. And Aeopidus will have sown the seeds of a single, binding, unified culture theory. A white void that will bend the universe to a single set of physical laws. A simple process of autonomous drones injecting degenerate mass into the gravity well is all that is necessary, as long as Aeopidus holds Pluto off personally and is... I don't remember how we said to pronounce this one. Terra. Roncesvalles? In his punk-ass ship. He even has a plan for Saturn, should she choose just this moment to betray him. A perfect plan. Like deactivating my access permissions remotely through a back door. Overwhelming me with mass production string of Pearl series. Inverting my gravity reactor through the Roquevo Terra's albedo separation system. Oh, and even more plans than that? You're really so predictable. Alert, attempting backdoor access to ship cell string of pearls. Of course you have a solution for every contingency. Error, unable to find string of pearls series 00. Backdoor switch activated on mass production string of pearls series 01 through 13. You're so stupid! I don't have to outsmart every single one of your genius ideas. Sortie orders are fielded in String of Pearls Series 113. I don't know if that's series for String of Pearls Series 1 through 13 or 113. Probably 1 through 13 since they talked about mass production. Rook and Votera is designated as their primary target. Ha! Saturn done jacked your mass-produced ships. What up? Now she's got multiple strings of pearls. Now she's stolen mini ships. Just one of them should be more than enough, but I really thought you deserved their full attention. Hey Pluto, unlike LT, I'm not even the slightest bit sorry. It is extremely dumb to fight for a stupid feature all by yourself. So thank me from the bottom of your heart for coming to believe in it with you. Praise me for obeying what you never asked me to do. Love me for believing in you. Of course. I really, really do. All my love and thanks and praise is for you. I won't even pretend to be mad at you. Not like Lunatera then? I am still connected. We know. We know. Back to the topic at hand. These girls! It's a final battle, Lunatera. There's no room to retreat. Oh no, so bad for her. We really should. She really is a goblin. I was thinking that, what is the name of that other... No, that would be better for Neptune, probably. I was gonna think that the, Grimmsnarl. I think Grimmsnarl could suit Saturn, what with being dark and fairy, but I think it also suits Neptune. Well, it's just being some sort of weird hair monster. It should be. It won't be the end of the world. The gravity well is open, but it's not sustainable for long. Whatever you're planning, you need to do it soon. You are both so precious to me. And you should know that even together, you cannot stop me. Hey, don't just fucking dot! I thought you were going to convince her! I have to do this, because I believe in it too. But Dr. Nyx was willing to sacrifice the Earth, and I'm not. No matter what it costs. Cradle's Graces never wanted independence for space. They wanted all humans to embrace it. The solution is to destabilize the Earth's gravitational field until human life is no longer possible there, and force adaptation to space. Saving humanity against their own will, maybe, and destroying yourself in the process. No way! Nyx doesn't know what she's talking about. You're throwing yourself away on a dream that won't come true! And you were chiding me for not going in on my own future. The possibility lines have closed. There was no chance of a good future since before we started. It's too sad. That's why I have to stand with Dr. Nyx's dream. Humans deserve some kind of real hope. And this is as close to it as I can offer her. Well, how mad will you be at us if we stop you? I'd never be mad at you, even if you could. Oh, even if you could. Stop me, that is. But for humans to be caught halfway between space and the Earth is the worst of all bad futures. It will split us in half, and that will mean war. It's the future of eternal war. Of true war, not this, where zero-G keeps our bodies immortal and unrestricted. I mean, if we really did declare independence for Earth, wouldn't they see how cool we are and come up anyway? It's their choice, you know. You can't make it for them. That's their problem. You two really put up a fight. For a moment, I almost believed you. I really thought you might be able to stop me. Mari Chrysium's spine is broken. The string of pearls is subdivided into its many components. Its reassembly time is weeks out. Damn, so many components. Its reassembly time is weeks out. Can't blame us for trying. I wouldn't have been able to do anything else. I really hate this. It's time to... The interfacer is... broken? Thank God, I thought you missed. You didn't make the shot easy. I can't control the lunar gravity of it anymore. I don't know what's going to happen. What can I do? Sorry, we didn't think that far ahead. We just wanted you to decide, not Dr. Nix. If you can't have everything, what is the thing you really want? I don't know what kind of future we're gonna get. I'm not working with much. Anything you do is fine if it's you. Don't listen to her! Just figure out something that doesn't suck! The three compress, redivide, expand. The simplest childish thought grasps Fruto, bubbles up within her, and she says it before she can stop herself. I want us to be together forever. Aww. In our beautiful shapes in space, free, with everyone. Of course, it isn't possible. Not enough people will believe in it. Earth is the primary body of this system, and the medium point between our gravity and its gravity is still deep within the Earth. Yet, it cannot pull us down anymore. That will never happen. We are still in space, and the future is uncertain, if we can even sustain it, but... Ah, how cute! I declare war on Earth. Frems! Come get us again! Come find us again! I dare you! I challenge you to prove it once again! What foolishness! Humanity will happily oblige. Yet, they find that their autonomous troops have crushed before they can reach us. Hi! Mori, welcome! We're just wrapping up Pluto's route. Humanity will have to fight us again. On our terms this time. Fight us like children fight, again, with bodies of plastic. Pretend. We're at Pluto's ending. She was graced with a simple thought of what she wanted. She was gonna try and sacrifice herself for the good of Earth. And Lunaterra and Saturn were like, nope! And broke her connection to the gravity well event. And so they're like, we wanted you to decide. And she decided she wanted the three of them to be together in space to continue their life together, you know, in their own way. And if humanity wanted to come and get them, then come at us, bro! If you want to fight us, you'll have to be like us. You didn't have to give me this chance. Actually, I was worried you were going to try and save me from it. Was I hoping you would? Aw, you're sweet. I wouldn't hate you if you did save me from it. But that's not because I want that future more. I have to get you ready for a future that's terrible. But it will be a future with the greatest hope. I really believe that. You gave me permission. You said this was okay, but I don't know if you really knew what it would be. I want what Kratos Graces wants. Happiness for everybody, free, and no one left behind. Oh, and let no one be left behind. I can't believe I still believe in something so honest. With my whole heart. They don't know how to make it true. I don't know how to make it perfect. But I know a way to try. With you. It's just that loving you makes me so stupid. I just can't help it. To be swept up by you into a new future, even if it's not the one I wanted, would still be so sweet. Because it's you. And because I trust you. There might still be more today. Let's bet against that. I'm tired. They'll catch us off guard. So stay in your ship self. You want to laze around still in your ship? Why not? Does it feel as nice? It's different, but it's better. You can't feel anything? You still got a lot to learn, Ace. Maybe I do. I wish I could move this back so I could see. Let Pluto teach you. I'm taking a nap. I'm trying to figure out exactly how they're laying on each other. It looks like the string of pearls just kind of sprawled out like a cat on I can't tell if it's the arm, because there's the head. Luxury gay space communism. Nah, you're helping. I'm tired, shut up! So she says. But when she stretches out on the yellow-red carpet of Venus's jungles, she doesn't go instantly to sleep. There's room for both of them on Pluto's lap, which is an advantage of living in your ship self. You could do things that you normally couldn't, even if the other things are harder. Harder doesn't mean impossible. It just means you have to work for it, to figure out how to make it real, learning a new language that your new body speaks. Moments like these are rare since we began a war against Earth. Though we're quick to remind each other, it's not really a war, the way that war used to be. Not the hard clash of steel and lead, but the pliant pressure of plastic and light. Venus's heat melts their metal before they can make it here. When Earth wants to fight, they have to send softer bodies after us. The punishment we deserved for being unable to reconcile is this half-real solar system. The forests are still struggling on Mars, but we're trying hard, and the jungles of Venus are growing so nicely, except they're too wild to give us room. The silicate mosses that grow along the rings of Saturn allow for a very fragile, delicate sort of life. Ah, they're growing, they're processing life. I was wondering why they were calling it Venus and not, what would they call it? Artemis? No, is that... Aphrodite, thank you. We love these places anyway. They're becoming more and more like home. All we need are more of us. And they come, descending in waves, trying to take us back. We beat them back every time, and sometimes one or two look around and decide, I'd rather stay here. And then there's more of us. Sometimes they succeed and take one of us back home. That's just as fine with us. We should go where they wish. Oh, we should go where they wish. Where we wish. Live as we wish. And if our sisters get taken home, they'll bring a small part of us back to the earth. That can't go unchanged. I was thinking Artemis because Sailor Moon. Freaking cats. Like Pluto always said, this future no one wanted is the only future that leads somewhere. A future she couldn't hold, and still can't hold, but she doesn't need to. We are holding it with her. We are holding it together. All together, we can hold this future. Earth isn't ready to accept us, and we're not ready to forgive Earth. That's okay. We don't have to be. Let's just fight about it. Let's fuck over it. Let's break up and get back together again over it. If we lose in the terms we set, and that proves our point. So haha, we win. If you hate that logic and think it's stupid, come over here and mess me up about it. Come here and make out with me about it. Childhood again. Eye of the underworld. Alright. I'm excited to meet Uranus. I got curious about it, and I was reading when the switch to Uranus over Uranus happened. And honestly, I found an article talking about it. It says dictionaries as far back as the 1920s have written the pronunciation as Uranus. And it wasn't until the 80s that dictionaries started noting the shift towards Uranus, with more of a your than Uranus. But the name officially was changed in the 80s, late 80s, when they were doing a flyby mission. And they realized, it was being covered on TV, and they realized that saying Uranus for 2 weeks straight was going to be awkward television. But scientists will understand you if you reserve one you use. Apparently Neil deGrasse Tyson says Uranus. For whatever that's worth. Maury, you missed our talk about Pokemon for these girls. I'll put my thoughts on it in the plurk afterwards. And we can ponder on it more. But I think that Lunaterra absolutely has Sniper Lizard. I can't remember its actual name. From the Division of Existential Safety, Conflict-Enabled Ship Self Archetype Model. First flight, July 16th, 1969. Place of manufacture, Sea of Crises, Earth's moon. Our hope for a throne of the soul. For the Memorial Foundation International Space Program and all humanity. Intellion, thank you. Because it's blue and yellow and a sniper. It's Lunaterra all over. Oh no! Oh wait, while I'm here, this is just a quick tangent. The result of the popularity poll that Sukaban Games was doing was completed. And they posted a special picture because apparently a ton of people wrote in complaining that 4 wasn't one of the voting options. So they posted this and said that 4 was granted the honorary title of Best Boy. Look at him wagging his tail. Yeah, the airplane ears. You know, I heard that term for the first time just earlier this week. I'd never heard them described that way, or if I had, I'd forgotten it. So it's quite wild that I should hear it again in such short time. Until no one is forgotten and all are remembered. Registering pilot. Welcome, pilot first class Luna Terra. Error. Multiple maintenance issues and critical errors detected. Notice. Launch permissions are locked until addressed. List errors. Maintenance errors. There is a possible sensor failure. Several limb connections are not registering. No weapons are loaded. Critical errors. Mass alert 1. Healing failure on critical area near core. Possible bleed. Mass alert 2. Tidal core is resonating at levels harmful to the pilot. Ready manual firmware update. Running. Upgrades detected. Syncing. Accepted manual internal mechanism firmware update. So my goodness, that's noisy. So this is Luna Terra installing the manual system, I assume? Switched ammunition to conceptual mode. Custom sensors loaded. Dynamic limb optimization loaded. 1981.1.7 weapon loadout drivers loaded. Details mass alert 1. I bleed 2. Whoa! Recording derived from the data burned 4-dimensionally into the wound. Suffered by this unit almost 1 year ago. That's a weird line break there. Wound self-generated by forced overloading, tearing the core open during sustained conflict in the Mars Ares regression campaign. This must be the wound that never closes. All critical systems have naturally healed, yet the wound continues to bleed into space. Fuel efficiency lowered, healing speed reduced, and tidal reactor speed cannot be regulated, leading to possibility of overload and increased pilot strain. It is strongly recommended that you seek the assistance of a full maintenance team. A lack of understanding of the full effects of rotational conflict on the human gestalt means that this computer cannot provide adequate instruction on therapeutic measures. Permanently disable mass alert number 1. Really ignore? Yes! Provide reason. I can handle it. Automatic scan alert show. This may not be a very good reason. Would you like to provide another? No. Mass alert 1 disabled. Detailed. I gotta turn it down. It's too much. How can you deal with this, Luna T? Tidal reactor has had unauthorized modification that is causing an unsustainable chain reaction. The ship is not equipped to handle prolonged operation at this capacity. Notice, increasing short-term output may cause long-term failures. The static of space is all-consuming. That's deep, man. Notice, loss of gravitational stability may cause fracturing and instability in pilot. Permanently disable mass alert 2. This mass alert cannot be disabled by pilot authorization. Enter special code. Alert disabled. For record-keeping purposes, please input the reason. I'm fine. Ship self, Mare Chrysium, is in spacefaring condition. You are clear to launch. Damn, Luna T! This is from the first launch and you're already a baller right out the gate. Disable launcher OS and engage catapult. All controls given to pilot. There is a message for you. Cancel. Refused. This message will be automatically played. Letting you keep this is my gift to you, Luna Terra, your favorite and loosest leash. Prove to me you've learned not to choke on it. Incoming message. Standing orders updated. If it's that urgent, it's too late. If it's not too late, it can wait. I like that saying. That's a good line you got there. Let me enjoy the view of the rings. They are beautiful. Even though there's only so long you can watch them before the sight of the 6 planets' rings become as boring as the blue sky. Maricrysium's sensors render them in every detail, using every sense as perfectly as she always has. You really are getting old, aren't you? Both me and you. I should probably listen to Control and throw you out and get a new one. But that doesn't seem right. You're only supposed to get one body. Even if I haven't been good to you, I could never throw you out. We're all we've got. The static is crazy! The Maricrysium is the test-type model. It was made as a proof of concept. It isn't the first vessel made to grant human locomotion and life in space, but it's the first to allow for outward expression. In all kinds of ways. It could do so many things. And they gave it devices for everything, because if they hadn't estimated how powerful tidal engines would become, or what sort of things humans would really want to do in space. Like kiss each other! It's the first machine meant for conflict, but it's also the last machine that was meant to do for other things too. A ceremonial tin soldier made to impress. It does kind of look like a dog. Like a jackal. Or a greyhound. An impossible to use machine. Mind-machine or biofeedback interfacing is necessary to give humans control over a second body. But the Maricrysium is done completely manually. It makes Lunaterra sort of a genius and sort of an idiot. But you can't do things any other way. I'm having so much fun, it's hard to believe it's going to be over soon. So soon. No, I love it when old things are over. And new things begin. Open the channel. Let's hear those standing orders. Alright, I'm not going to read this one this time because it's the same thing. The return resolution. There's no future for humanity in space. Let's come home. We're thankful for our cradle's graces, but we're not coming back. Let's see. Earth or space, we're just short of 100% human. So let's see how much less than 100% we can get. Celestial Mechanics wins for the coolest sounding one. Day 1! Oh, it's Europa. We don't get a Uranus at all. Where is Uranus? I guess that makes sense that the ace would communicate directly with the head of the program. So you really have betrayed us, haven't you? I've never betrayed anyone in my entire life. Pilot first class, don't send me messages. But seriously, whose side are you on right now? It sounds so accusatory to put it like that. You know I'm fine with you being on whosever side you choose. So I could destroy them and drive you back to me. That may end up being a lot of people. What, you don't think I'm up for it? Don't worry yourself about that part, kitten. Ugh! Don't call her that. Don't like that, Europa. If you want me to defect back, you could always just ask. Yeah, very fake and robotic sounding. Yes. Oh, sweet girl, I'm not interested in you coming back so you can just walk away again. How many times did Halamide fall for that? It shouldn't count as tricking her if she knew it was coming every time. Oh, stop it. I hate it when you're modest. It's so beneath you. Give her at least the dignity of a subtle seduction. I would have. That's not what she wanted. She really ought to think about her reputation more. And what more is there to say about the trail of messes you leave? But my disappointment in you both is total. My adorable failures, what am I to do with you? You should go easy on her. I live to spoil her. Make no mistake that everything she deserves will be visited on you. I wouldn't dream of not letting you have that. You have to know by now how aware I am of what you want and deserve. You're so good to me, Europa. I don't deserve it. When I double-cross you again, be sure to really let me have it. I hope you do. But I take no chances with loyalty. Halamide merely hopes you will change. I think it's charming that even you believe that might have some effect on you. But I know much better than you, kitten. Stop it! I hate it! I won't let you return no matter how much you beg until you have no other choice. When you can't pivot or run or trick your way through, when you can't second guess or lie, that's the only way to change that nature of yours. I don't like you, Europa! I'm also not totally sure what that means, since Europa is the head of the group that Lunaterra is supposed to be working for, right? So I'm not totally sure what's going on with the two of them. I guess we'll find out. Please block this fool. Combat communication packet. Author error. Just come and get me. Oh, you think you're so cool, don't you? Well, watch your back, cause I'm coming for you. Think that #1 position is going to last? Not a chance. In fact, why don't we have a little duel about it if you're not too scared? Come meet me in the shadow of Olympus Mons, and I'll make sure that this time you're the one that's left splattered and helpless and pinned on the side of the mountain, and not me, like the last 9 times. Also, would it kill you to, stick around for a bit after? You smug jerk? Not that I am planning on losing. This time I'm really gonna beat you! Mars! Mars, this is you? It could be Saturn, but my first thought was definitely Mars. Given that Pluto made multiple references to the fact that that Mars was always trying to pick fights with Luna T. Mars is also a goblin sometimes, and that's fine. It's true. Cold War Ace reports, Lunaterra. First generation pilot research declassification. She was unremarkable. I did not remember her at first. We took any of those who wanted badly to live in space and did not fit on Earth. In retrospect, we were asking for a rather unique quality. It is not just a coincidence that she was there. The pilots had to be young adults, pass a physical, and not care what space might do to their body. It is not so surprising that someone like her would emerge from that pool of people, but the woman you know today has been iterated on since she was an adolescent. Be assured I saw nothing of promise in her when I first met her. Who's writing this? They're a jerk. I told her that myself, as I told all the students. I am uninterested in your potential. We are judged by the self we create. I find that encourages brats to not take their specialness so seriously. That was not Lunaterra's problem. Piece by piece, she created someone very interesting to be. We gave those children permission, and Lunaterra was simply unique in her execution. She was never encouraged. She was never punished. We will never find another prodigy like Lunaterra by looking for tidally sensitive children, because they do not exist. We will not find them pre-made. They must create themselves. Was this not the dream of the Memorial Foundation space program? Generation Emissary Helmide. Memorial Foundation Declaration of Intent. Justification for return. Earth is not the sphere of our home planet. It is not the physical body, which is called Terra, the home of life. It is not measured in mass or by gravity, its position in the universe. Earth is us. We measure Earth by culture. We are the Earth, humanity, and particles of its mass, and by our gravity its body is formed. By our diversity and multiplicity, Earth exists. The living miracle of humanity's shared power, insignificant unless we are joined. This international space program, with representatives all across Earth, represents our commitment to peace, that humanity will never seek again to destroy itself. That humanity has the right to eternal life, invincible bodies, and unrestricted movement in space as humanity expands beyond this sphere, as extensions of the universal human rights of life, culture, and freedom. To protect the growth and sanctity of all culture, ensure a future for humanity, and the defeat of our enemy. On this day, we inaugurate the International Memorial Foundation Space Program. Alright, who we want to mess with first? It's been a while since we messed with Saturn. Oh, I should probably... Objective in sight. Open each channel to base. Captain, I'm bored! Captain, this sucks! Well, you heard them, Europa. What's going on with your neck? What is this whole situation? Tell those idiots to be careful what they wish for, because the mission parameters have changed. As you know, Celestial Mechanics has been operating a clandestine ship self-development lab with an experimental prototype, in violation of the terms of the Memorial Foundation Space Program Decommission Treaty. And we are on a top-secret surprise attack to take out the last operational shipyard and make sure we never have to find out what Celestial Mechanics has been planning to do with it. Fashion! It couldn't be more obvious what happened, but go ahead and brief me anyway. No points for guessing. The prototype already launched, rendering most of the base inoperable. We lost contact almost instantly. Find it before it leaves Cronus' gravitational field. Oh, great! What a pain! Weren't you just bored? There's no way to find it. It's as good as gone. There's a chance the ship self is standing nearby, so get to work. Yeah, this is... Bravo, evade now. Huh? Now. I got nothing, Captain. Bubblegum pink electricity sparks off the ice and dusts off the inner ring like a lightning bolt and through this ship's self. He doesn't get even the slightest chance. I love that it cut through the stars, too. It's such a nice effect. Cat made it. Hey. Don't listen and you don't have any right to complain. Right, Europa? What a callous attitude you have. Who did you learn that from? The best. Preparing to engage. I wish Europa would stop sending me boys who can't control themselves. Having fun dismantling my escorts? With a string of Pearl's fingers, Saturn carefully peels the mechanical musculature out of the poor ship's arm she's holding. A souvenir of the last of Lunatera's escorts that she sent crying too easily back to their base. It's still sparking and oozing, and Saturn wishes her ship had a mouth so she could suck it out like crab meat. Maybe it does have a mouth. The machine has many mysteries the manual doesn't explain, and Saturn is still learning them. Now I suppose Europa's learned her lesson about sending me girls who can't control themselves. Oh, really? Hey, that's really interesting. Mind telling me more? Oh, she's a hacker, too? How amusing. There's nothing too interesting on this comm frequency. Ah, you flatter me. But hey, what did that mean exactly? The part about the girls who can't control themselves. I really want to hear more. It means back up that talk first. Or can you land a hit off the comms? Lunatera's gravitational field focuses to a single point. Lunatera isn't budging. She's been through much worse, and so has her ship, followed always by a thin trail from a bleeding wound she could never completely repair. The Mari Chrysium is over 2 decades old, but Saturn can't even land a hit. It's regal and stiff, dressed in cold metallics, weathered and refurbished. The archetypal prototype for all other ship selves, still going after all these years. Expression still furiously untouchable. The string of pearls hasn't gone down, no matter how much she's been rammed with that spear. But she hasn't even nicked Lunatera's ship once. We've already read this bit, but I'm going to keep reading it. Because it's neat seeing it with the new context bits that we get. Not bad at all for a joyride, but can't get one hit in. Good thing you don't win by looking cool. No mercy for newbies? No. Lunatera pulled its stake of solid light through the string of pearls' leg, pinned it to its own gauze wrapper. It doesn't hurt at all. Ship's metals begin molding and reforming around the room immediately. A ridiculous, unfair advantage. Saturn has no right to complain, but she still wants to. But she is trying to be cool. Everyone wants to, when in the quiet gleam of that always bleeding ship. That's a pretty amazing ship. Think it'll last? Either you're fighting just for fun because you're that reckless, or you're caught in your own containment wrapper and can't escape orbit yet. And you'd beat me for sure if I played around. I'm not done yet! That's not true. It's actually very difficult to move with a solid light bullet in your leg. But she's not going to let that stop her. Saturn is suddenly closer than she logically could be. Claws bubbling, but Lunatera effortlessly slips away and kicks Saturn's ship directly in the chest. Yeah, you're done. The containment wrapper is still stuck to you, so your movement's off. Doesn't seem to have stopped you that much. Right? It was so rude of them to try and stop me. It seems cruel to take it away when you're having so much fun with it. Same as you, right? Do I know you? Everyone knows Memorial Foundation's perfect ace. But do I know you? So I do, don't I? Let me out of this thing and I'll tell you. Why should I? Because you can't help yourself. Besides, don't you want a real fight? Can you promise it'll go different? I can promise it'll be more fun. You are asking me to totally abandon my duty to bring you back and do that instead? What, you won't? Legendary pilot who defected from Memorial Foundation, then double-crossed the rebels she abandoned them for. Can't be opposed to a little fooling around with the enemy. Ah, okay. I guess you do know me. Want to trust each other? Or is it more fun if we don't? It's more fun if they do, and Saturn gets embarrassed. We've already seen this one. I assume we're doing another all loyal. Run before we try mixing things up. Murder Foundation Fantas. Never forgotten every story told. How was that? Did it hurt? It's just weird. It's weirder that it doesn't hurt. It's easier for Luna Terra to cut through the malleable flesh of the string of pearls directly than untangle her from the wrapper. The flesh reforms quickly, so she has to work patiently. String of pearls might be impossible to destroy. Even if Saturn can't land a hit, Luna Terra feels like somehow she's the one who got lucky. If just this hurt, you'd never be able to fight. Your brain is giving you more nuanced information. You're very sensitive. Lucky. You'll get used to it. If you are serious about next time, think of yourself as something a little bigger. I like that. Being big. I'm glad I trusted you. Stop shaking then, or ask me to go easier. Just a little easier. Of course. Do you remember me yet? I thought you'd remember the name of at least some of the girls you've made out with in supply closets. Your face! Just kidding. But sorry, it was worth it. You weren't kidding about still being dangerous. Every pilot knows you. By both of your reputations. You're definitely Saturn, because no one hated me as much as you. That face! So now I'm curious why you don't anymore. If I tell you, you'll owe me extra. So save it for the next time you catch me. Well, I'll just have to catch you again quick. All free. Now get out before someone catches us. Hello! Hey, buddy! You wanna come sit with me? Well, you can sit here. Here. It's just a blanket. My lap's still underneath it. He's looking at it like he doesn't understand. Here, I got the chair, so you won't roll away. Sorry, everyone. Important OB business. Always rubbing against my hand. If you want to... I've got the chair so it won't rotate if you try to climb onto me. But if you're not going to climb onto me, I'm going to go back to playing the game. He just keeps headbutting my hand. You goofy boy. Director of Combat Operations, Memorial Foundation, Extension Safety. Not your mom. Excited to be out in the field again doing important work. We're a long way out. We're a long way from anything important out here. I can't help but notice. You think Command wants you as far away from them as they can get you? What makes you think that? What are you doing, you goober? Are you fascinated with how you can make the chair move? That you said it, that Command is my ex, and that I did once double-cross Memorial Foundation. In that case, you should be happy you're in the field at all, not in a brig or in the process of being shipped back to Earth. Well, I am. I'm so thankful I don't need to be lied to about my work being important. Oh, I would never lie about a thing like that. In fact, the most lovely sixth planet of our solar system, Cronus, has become extremely busy in the past 24 hours. A major league out of celestial mechanics has revealed they're finishing a prototype here. And Cradle's Graces knows about it too. Apparently, the Hellion responsible for the leak has stolen it too. You're just the woman for the job. Raiding an incorrigible pirates is your specialty. Let's see if that power can be used for good for once. Europa, please see some of me left to fight the enemy. Don't shoot me down before the mission starts. Was I too mean? I would prefer direct combat any day. Well, let me tell you something nice then. That Cradle's Grace's super weapon, your favorite, has been spotted in the system. My favorite? What do you mean? Don't play dumb. You make that same face whenever a Chromacula is spotted. It's the biggest mystery of their side, and one of the only reasons Cradle's Graces hasn't collapsed by now. The Chromacula's power is unreal. It's far stronger in reality than anything could possibly have predicted in the original schematics. Its capabilities seemed endless and impossible to predict or counter. And no one knows who the pilot is. The list of people who could pilot something like that is very short, however. Maybe it's someone you know? Worried I might double-cross you again? I'm not with Cradle's Graces anymore for a reason. Oh, I just never trust you when girls are involved. I mean, that's fair. First generation pilot candidate interviews. Why do you want to go to space? I want a new start. In what sense? To get rid of this weight. We are required to make it clear that the purpose of this program is not to leave Earth, but to expand it. The weight will follow you. But will it weigh differently? Please explain what you mean about what you said previously. About what? What do you mean when you say you don't want to be me? I don't know how else to, I don't know how else to say it. Isn't it obvious? Who would want to be this? I don't understand what you see that is wrong with you. I do. You're saying that you, as you are, the person who you are, doesn't want to be you? Yes. Then you aren't that person. But that person weighs on me. So would you like to have the weight of being this other person that you are not? You would like that removed? Yes, please. That may be possible. These girls need to love themselves! I know it said that That was one of her weaknesses, her dislikes, was loving herself. But boy howdy! Pilot program progress. Excuse me. The Cold War is looking bleak. The threat from space is more flimsy, translucent, and inscrutable, when once it was so strong that all of humanity fear it. Existential threats on Earth are more pernicious than ever, and the scouts are not keeping up. It has become difficult to argue against the possibility that the scouting program has done more harm than good. And that goes just as much, if not more so, for the pilot program. Historically, death has always abided the enemy here on its greatest strength. Humans can't resist killing each other long enough to protect themselves from the existential threat. It is easy to make this argument. We have had little success with it. No matter how celebrated the slogan is, no matter how many governments and leaders profess to live by it, the simple fact remains. The existential threat can never be as powerful as we are. Humans will always pose a greater threat to other humans than the existential threats will. It will always be easier for humanity to eliminate the threat by killing their own than by fighting the threat directly. While we have offered children and the unwanted to fight the existential threat with existential intent, humanity has turned its gaze inward, rather than to the heavens. Not even strong enough to pierce the atmosphere without burning, the existential threat can no longer be labeled as such. For these reasons, we accept the decision to decommission the Memorials Foundation space program. What's going on? You've been pestering me with orders, so what's the sudden hold-up? Sigil said to launch immediately. We have to get to the Celestial Mechanics Lab regardless of whether or not the prototype is already gone. There's valuable information there, but it's worthless if Cradle's Graces gets there first. Have some patience, Lunatera. The Cradle's Graces carrier just launched a completely unknown ship self. Almost weakened. I probably need to head to bed after this, too. I really feel like I keep yawning. I'm not used to getting up early. I gotta get back into the routine. I mean, getting up earlier than I normally do, you know. This can't be right. A person can't pilot a ship that big. The tidal resonance should tear the pilot apart. Is this impossible? I hope. I've never seen anything like it, and no, you can't fight it, Lunatera, so don't even think about it. Any better ideas? Must be headed for where the prototype launched, right? Where else? Because they have to know that it already escaped. Don't underestimate your opponent, Lunatera. Scavenging the lab may be useful anyway. We should have gone there for information, if nothing else. Even against the unknown and objectively stronger enemy? What makes you so sure, Lunatera? No particular reason. Or a single particular reason. Still don't trust me? Don't insult your former instructor, Lunatera. I know how much to trust you before you betrayed us to Cradle's Graces. My opinion hasn't changed because we welcomed you back into the fold. My best pilot and worst student. You've never been predictable except in your consistency for trouble, but it's a reliable metric. You're right. You know me. So if you're worried, don't have to let me have free reign like this. Since you were a kid, from your earliest academy days, you've never been able to look in my eyes and lie. You only got away with anything by keeping your mouth shut. Very unlike Pluto, the hope of Cradle's Graces. It's weird because they talk about the Chrome Macula and not knowing who the pilot is. They know Pluto is the star of Cradle's Graces, so it's like you'd think they'd put the two and two together. Very unlike Pluto, the star of Cradle's Graces. She could lie right to my face with a smile if she thought it was for the best. Pluto exceeded the wildest expectations of the pilot program, so much so that it was decommissioned in part because of her. Celestial mechanics have successfully built a monster that can withstand her. This engagement will end in disaster. And that is much more terrifying than this machine you're so eager to fight. That concerns me far more than you betraying us or fighting a battle you can't possibly win. I don't think any of you really understood what you were doing. Pluto was unreal. She's far more overwhelming than any of you understood. If that ship is unworthy of Pluto, it is going to be torn apart under the pressure of her, not the other way around. Pluto is the only real human being. No wonder she feels so alien when she looks at us. You want me to let you take on an impossibly dangerous mission because you think you can save our enemy? What can I say to that? Maybe she could teach you the lesson I can't. Like waking up underwater to the wet burn of your lungs' desperation for air. Like floating untethered in space, unable to move under your own power. Losing the security of gravity is like being naked in space. Gravity is necessary for human life in space. Gravity is necessary for unrestricted movement in space. Can't have one without the other. The force that binds your existence together. The force to shape foreign bodies. Pure agency. Gravity is necessary, not just to live in space, but for to be human in space. But being human is a little harder for Pluto. So she has to work for it. The tidal forces of her spacefaring body, the crown macula, are as strong as she believes, and as weak as she feels. And Lunaterra needs to make sure all the calculations are in order. Everything in her ship operates manually. She's just been at it long enough that it feels like a second skin. The jolt of nostalgia interrupts Lunaterra's mental math. She forgets to carry the one. It interrupts Pluto's focus, and she has a moment where she's not invincible. Close enough to touch the surface of the moon lab, Lunaterra is seen and known by Pluto, and they're suddenly falling down the well of too late and nothing you can do. I knew it. Warning, gravitational interference. It's important to get a grip. Knowing there's nothing you can do is something Pluto considers freeing, and Lunaterra considers exciting. Feeling doomed is clear permission to do whatever. As soon as Mari Crasium is through the cloud cover, she fires solid light into the remains of the Celestial Mechanics lab and chases it through the wound. The lab was recently damaged by the illegal launch of a hijacked ship, but the damage is barely noticeable compared to the massive hole left by a much, much larger ship crashing through. Lunaterra acts fast under pressure. If there's no point in hiding, there's no point in stopping. It's true. Lunaterra is living on the whim of Crown Macula, which can probably do whatever to her at any time. If she can't run away, she wants to make the first move. It's the sort of thing that makes a lot of sense if you think about it, and no sense at all if you think a little more. But that's Lunaterra, isn't it? She's betting you'll think too much, or not enough. Against Pluto, is it really such a good idea? She's someone who always thinks just enough. Which makes it easy for Lunaterra to slip through, deep into the lab, until it gets quiet and except for the sound of the moon quaking and trembling. After almost a year, the dread and the thrill is way too much to slow down and start talking. Oh? Weird. How strange. We got sucked into Pluto's gravity for a second there. After almost a year, the dread of the thrill is way too much to slow down and start trembling and start talking. That's what the arrow flying into Pluto's gravity well is saying. Who will make the first move? When Lunaterra punctures the last armor layer and opens up a terminal cavern, light spills out, and screaming sound, because the Crown Macula is peeling the lab and most of the moon inside out with the forces of its own tides. It's not something that's impossible or anything. It's just something that's not only possible in theory, which is still terrifying. More terrifying. And more terrifying than that power is Pluto's finesse. And more terrifying than that finesse is her gentleness, spooling matter like threads in a tiny galaxy of which she is the sun. Her power is very kind, but it's also very perverse. What meaning does mercy have from something that can core out the moon? Or a moon? Crown Macula's developers compared it to a black hole. They wanted a machine so powerful and absolute, even light couldn't escape it. Lunaterra understands now that was wrong. She's a star, gushing and twinkling with matter and light. Who wouldn't be swept up in that? The Mare Crisium is so small. Pluto has never seen it from a perspective like Crown Macula's before. She never imagined it would look so fragile from here, like a toy version of the fierce fighter she remembered. Pluto's sense of scale is true. Lunaterra feels just like a plastic toy, too. Come on, say something. It's making me sad. It really does fit you. So much more than I ever thought. Is it hard to look away? Being able to render you speechless is a power I've always dreamed of. What do you think? I know just a look won't change your mind, but I want you to tell me. Tell you what? That I regret betraying you? I told you then that I always would. No! I won't let you do that, Luna T. Do you think I'd be mad? I mean, of course I'm mad at you, but not for anything you did to me. I wouldn't ever be mad at you for not having enough faith in me to see through Cradle Grace's dream of a new home for humans in space. I'm just mad at you for not having enough faith in yourself to see it through. And leaving all the work to me. Oops, I guess that is why I'm a little upset with you. Not mad, you know. Just disappointed. I can't believe I'm still the one scolding you like a kid. I'm trying to be the grown-up, you know. I did the responsible thing. I took the realistic option. I'm here to play the part of the boring adult, the grown-up villain. Oh, that's right. I remembered why I actually am mad at you. You better not go down quietly. You better really believe what you just said. I'll forgive you if you left it for something stupid, but I'll never forgive you if you left us for something you don't believe in. And you better not believe in it, because I also won't forgive you for fighting for a future that cruel. That doesn't leave me a lot of options. I don't think I could fight against that. Don't you dare! I won't forgive that either. Were you hoping maybe that it wouldn't be like this? That I wouldn't have to fight? It'll change you in ways you don't understand. I've seen you fight so many times. I saw when you got that scar and your poor ship got her wound. Has anyone else seen that side of you as much as me? I don't think so. Not even Europa. But it's different when you're on the other side. You think I really don't... Oh, you think I don't really know you because I've never stared down the right... You think I don't really know you because I've never stared down the barrel of your rifle or felt that knife nick my ship? It's a different kind of knowing. Teach me then, or I'll teach you. Pluto learns a lesson. Never forgotten every story told. What's it gonna be, Luna T? Oh, right. You never want to make the first move. Then I can go. Pluto sweeps up the swirling, tumbling matter in the hollowed-out moon. Making a second move has always worked for Lunaterra. She's never been good at setting the pace, only outsmarting it. So it's the only move to make. Even still, maybe there aren't any winning moves. Lunaterra has to be ready for that possibility. The Crown Macula is a very impossible sort of machine, almost as impossible as Pluto. Crown Macula can grind space-time to a crawl with its tidal forces, Macula can pull ambient matter into a whirl with enough friction for the combustion to give birth to a star. Emotionally, and almost as much physically. A tiny sun is born, but Lunaterra has just gotten out of the way. Lunaterra isn't where Pluto was expecting, and there's suddenly a hail of bullets in her skull. Pluto doesn't mind the onslaught, but it's still shocking. But not in an unpleasant way. It's actually very joyful. Really? Really? You're not just trying to scare me? For real? Not a joke? We're finally going to have a fight about it? Is this body so me that you finally aren't going to be weird about fighting it? Lunaterra thinks Pluto could use a lesson in how terrifying actual combat can be. But is there anyone terrifying enough to teach it to her? Are you trying to hide from me? I've been waiting for a real fight. I'm tired of you telling me you think I'm right. If you really thought that, you'd be here on my side. So prove I'm wrong already. Or admit defeat. Bullets through her arm and chest are pretty much everywhere, but that is not a problem. Tear the bullets, even if they're light. Redirect them with gravity. Pull them into a cosmic whirl. They will never even reach her. They will be always approaching, never meeting. It will be an infinite whirl. And that whirl will become a star, washing the Maricrasium in heat and light and radiation. Ah, that's more like it. Not fast enough, Pluto. And then she runs Pluto through. It's not enough, but it hurts. It's serious. The brittle sphere of a cold and rational metal that repels cosmic concepts. Thank God. I was beginning to worry you didn't care about anything anymore. So here. The star supernovas. Macula holds the star, and Macula is the star. Lunaterra almost doesn't get out of it. Her engines overheat. The electromagnetic current shorts her sensors, and her chassis is fried. But she can move more than Pluto can, at least for long enough to get away. I'm still ahead of you. Now I know why everyone hates you so much! You're no fun to fight with at all! Are you kidding? Like you fight fair. Now that I know what you're really like, I'm not going to accept anything less. I don't want to do that again. Well, too bad! Whose fault is that? Yeah, I know. The same one from before. If we could just hold the line here on our princess to get through and make it to the moon, she'll open up the gravity well. Then we get to decide. We'll finally have something alien in space. Receiving report. Alert! Report not accepted. 2. Errors detected. Error 1. A failure to explain why Celestial Mechanics ship self, string of pearls, was not successfully apprehended. Error 2. A failure to explain why Cradle's Grace's ship self, Macula, was not successfully incapacitated. Please correct errors before proceeding. Resubmit. Warning, no corrections submitted. Force resubmit. Generating new assignments. Penalty assignment. Sniper duty. Planet Ares. Currently held by Cradle's Graces. Penalty assignment. Purpose. Preventing Celestial Mechanics refueling and egress. Penalty assignment. Sniper duty. Cradle's Graces held Planet Ares. Purpose. Top secret. Take out Cradle's Graces prototype Macula on research assignment in Cradle's Graces territory. Penalty assignments cannot be refused. Indicate you have understood new orders. Yes. Ready for gravitational catapult. Prepare launch to inner solar system. Luna T, I'm worried about you, Luna T. Love yourself. I'm very interested to see what her future looks like. when we get to it, you know? Thank you all for joining me. I hope you had a wonderful evening and enjoy your time. I'm glad we got to wrap this up. We'll be playing more on Saturday, and if we don't wrap up the Terror, I don't think we might not. We might do that next week too. It should be groovy, and then we'll be back to courting weird boys. Thanks for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful tomorrow, and I'll see you on Saturday. And, oh yeah, I gotta put the thingy up. Hang on. There we go. Ta-da! The next video will be up there in the top right corner whenever it gets posted. And below that will be some other video that YouTube thinks is cool and that you might like. I don't know what it will be. Hopefully it's something cool or whatever. I mean, but it's me, so your mileage may vary. Have a good night, guys.